Cooper Marcher here. Here's another story about someone doing good in this world. A bakery run by a Cambridge graduate is teaching ex-convicts new skills, including providing bread to some of Scotland's fanciest restaurants. Freedom Bakery in Glasgow's East End provides well-known eateries with bread rolls. The social enterprise was set up by Matt Fountain, who grew up watching his stepfather struggle to establish a life after he was released from jail in Kent, and who he had visited in prison and begged never to go back again. Matt enrolled in university courses in Manchester, studied history of art in London, and attended Cambridge. He returned to Glasgow and had a chance to do a PhD at Oxford, but opted not to. Instead, he decided to invest his time and energy into helping people, including convicted murderers, move back into society. In 2014, he was granted permission to use a small kitchen in Low Moss, Glasgow. Matt planned to make and sell bread at the same time, put those prisoners through a recognized qualification for a baking industry program. By 2017, he was working with prisoners in notorious Barlinnie, it's a prison, I don't know how to say it, and pairing them with qualified bakers in order to help them obtain a qualification. Trainee bakers have a broad variety of backgrounds, and Matt's employees are given training in self-defense due to working with prisoners. There are currently 16 employees, and a third were recruited from jails. Matt says it's a mixture of long-term and short-term sentences, including drug-related offenses, fraud, and I'm afraid to say manslaughter and murder. Matt felt out of place in Cambridge and failed to find employment there. I thought if I had an Oxford degree, it would help me in life, he said. I didn't really know what to do. I came to the conclusion that I should be doing something useful and set upon this idea to raise money for the charity Shelter by cycling around the UK. That led to the idea of starting Freedom Bakery. The only idea was to make sure it was really good, so it would leave a lasting impression on the person eating it, so they would understand where it came from and maybe think more positively about people who had made the bread. It is important our bread tastes great, and for us to be really successful, our people need to be cared for and fairly paid, and if those things combine, it means the bread we make is a really good thing. He described prisons as a microcosm of humanity with both good and evil. For some, the odds have been stacked against them from the beginning, so they never had a chance. An individual contacted us who had been in institutions from childhood. This person is completely institutionalized, but he wants to get out and can imagine a life that he can have that will be healthy and rewarding. So that is what we are all about. In October, the bakery will move to a larger premises, and they saw sales increase by 12% last year despite lockdowns. Matt added, I really feel that it is important to help people. But at the end of the day, they have to want to help themselves. Cooper Marcher here. Ciao.